When we think of angels, certain names quickly come to mind. Gabriel, God's messenger. Michael, the mighty warrior of heaven. But what if I told you there's an angel you might not know? An angel whose story and role in the scriptures are often overlooked and filled with mystery? Get ready for a revealing journey as we explore the surprising revelations about this enigmatic angel who might change your view of the spiritual world. Before we dive into the story of this angel, let's briefly recap the role of angels in God's plan. In the Bible, angels appear as messengers, warriors, and servants of God. They exist to fulfill His will, protecting the faithful and fighting the forces of evil. But the truth is, many of these angels remain hidden in the shadows of biblical history. Today, we'll bring to light one of these angels you may have never heard of. The angel I'm talking about is Uriel. His name means light of God. And although his name is not as frequently mentioned as Gabriel or Michael, his presence is powerful and his revelations are profound. Lesson 1. Uriel and Divine Wisdom. Uriel. The name may not be as familiar as Gabriel or Michael, but his presence is one of the most powerful and illuminating in the scriptures. Uriel, whose name means light of God, is described as the angel of divine wisdom, the one who reveals the deepest mysteries of God to men. In apocryphal tradition, such as the Book of Enoch, Uriel is the one who guides Enoch on a journey through the secrets of heaven and earth. He is not just a messenger, but the bearer of a light that illuminates human understanding, revealing hidden truths about creation, the cosmos, and divine plans that escape our comprehension. Uriel is the angel who invites us to see beyond what is on the surface. He symbolizes the pursuit of truth and knowledge that goes beyond the earthly. It is said that Uriel revealed to the prophets apocalyptic visions and secrets of the end times, bringing to light what was hidden in divine mystery. But Uriel's wisdom is not merely intellectual. It challenges us to seek deeper spiritual understanding. Uriel teaches us that true knowledge is not limited to the mind, but involves the heart. It is wisdom that draws us closer to God, showing us how to live according to His will and how to prepare for the times to come. In a world where doubts and uncertainties seem to prevail, Uriel invites us to seek the light of understanding. He reminds us that divine wisdom is always available to those who seek it with sincerity and faith. Uriel is the guide for all who wish to go beyond the superficial and dive into the depths of God's mysteries. If you find yourself lost or searching for answers, remember Uriel. The light of God is always available to illuminate your path, revealing truths you may not see, but are always within your reach. Lesson 2. Uriel and the Flood. Amid the story of the flood, an event that profoundly marked humanity, Uriel, the angel of God, appears. Although many associate the flood solely with Noah and his obedience in building the ark, there is a celestial figure who plays a crucial role at this moment. Uriel, the bearer of revelations. According to the Book of Enoch, it was Uriel who was tasked with delivering the message of the impending flood. He was not just a messenger, but the angel who revealed to Noah God's detailed plan to preserve humanity. With precision and clarity, Uriel instructed Noah on the construction of the ark, preparing him for the days of judgment that were to come. Imagine the scene: a world engulfed in corruption, where wickedness had spread across the earth. Amid this chaos, Uriel was sent as the emissary of divine justice, bringing not only a warning, but also a path of redemption for those who chose to obey God's will. His message was clear: judgment would come, but those who followed God's instructions would be saved. Uriel teaches us that even in times of destruction and judgment, there is always a way of escape offered by God to those who have ears to hear and hearts willing to obey. His participation in the flood reveals the perfect balance between divine justice and mercy. While judgment was necessary to purify the earth, Uriel was the channel of hope, pointing to the salvation that would come through faith and obedience. He was the light that guided Noah in a moment of darkness and uncertainty, and that light continues to shine as a symbol of God's justice amid chaos. Uriel reminds us that even when the waters of adversity seem inevitable, there is always a promise of redemption for those who trust and follow God's ways. Lesson 3. Uriel and Divine Justice. Uriel, the angel of God's light, carries not only divine wisdom, but also the weight of celestial justice. Among his many responsibilities, Uriel is known as the angel of justice, the one who holds the deepest secrets of God's judgment, ensuring that the balance between good and evil is maintained in the universe. In various traditions, Uriel is described as the angel who oversees the gates of hell, ensuring that the souls who arrive there receive the just punishment for their deeds. But Uriel's justice is not limited to punishment. It also involves the protection of the innocent and the defense of divine order. Divine justice, as Uriel teaches us, is not driven by vengeance or anger, but by a sense of balance and correction. It is just immutable and impartial. Uriel symbolizes this truth, acting as the guardian of the divine laws that govern the universe, ensuring that every human action has its due consequence. When evil seems to prevail, when injustice dominates the world, Uriel reminds us that nothing escapes God's eyes. He is there, watching and intervening with his sword of justice, correcting crooked paths and bringing light where darkness has settled. His presence is a reminder that good will always triumph, and that divine justice, though sometimes slow to human eyes, is inevitable and perfect. And Uriel's justice is also tempered with mercy. He understands that humanity is flawed and that God's judgment is balanced by grace. His mission is to ensure that justice is fulfilled, but always with the chance of repentance and redemption for those who seek to correct their ways. Uriel, the angel of divine justice, is a powerful symbol that evil will not prevail. He invites us to live according to God's laws, to seek justice in our own lives, knowing that the final judgment will be carried out by just and compassionate hands. Just as Uriel watches over souls, he also encourages us to reflect on our own actions, reminding us that there will come a day when everything will be brought to light and God's justice will be fulfilled. Uriel's role in the end times. As the final events of the world unfold, the angel Uriel assumes a central role in traditions that speak about the end times. Uriel, the bearer of God's light, not only illuminates human understanding, but also becomes a key figure in the moments leading up to the final judgment. In many apocryphal texts and esoteric writings, Uriel is described as the angel who will reveal the deepest secrets of humanity's destiny. He will be the one to lead the faithful along the path of truth and revelation, bringing to light mysteries that have remained hidden until then. Uriel will be a guide in the darkest moments, helping humanity discern what is to come, unveiling the prophecies concerning the final judgment and God's new creation. One of his most important tasks will be to summon souls for judgment. Uriel, with his light, will be the one who separates the righteous from the wicked, illuminating the hearts of all human beings, exposing their actions and intentions. He will act as the revealer of truth, making clear the path to divine justice while leading souls to the heavenly tribunal. Additionally, Uriel is often associated with the purifying fire that precedes the end times. His light is not just a light of understanding, but also a flame that consumes darkness and purifies the world, preparing it for God's kingdom. He will be the agent who helps restore divine order, eliminating all that is impure and imperfect so that a new heaven and a new earth may emerge. In the apocalypse, Uriel will be the bearer of the scales, the one who weighs souls, ensuring that God's judgment is just and precise. His role is to ensure that God's justice is carried out fully, without fail, and that those who lived according to God's will receive eternal reward. Amid the confusion and chaos that will mark the final days, Uriel will be the constant light, guiding the faithful to salvation and illuminating the path to divine truth. He reminds us that despite the challenges and tribulations to come, God's plan is in action, and divine justice and order will prevail. As we approach the end times, Uriel's role will be essential. He will be the guardian of truth, the revealer of justice, and the herald of the new beginning that God has prepared for all creation. Uriel, the light of God, will be the beacon guiding humanity through the final stage of its spiritual journey, preparing the way for the final judgment and complete redemption. Conclusion. Uriel, the angel whose name means light of God, plays a fascinating and crucial role in the spiritual history of humanity. From the revelations of divine wisdom to his participation in the flood and the end times, Uriel offers us profound lessons about justice, redemption, and God's plan for the universe. In the first lesson, we saw Uriel as the bearer of divine wisdom, revealing hidden mysteries and helping the prophets understand the secrets of the cosmos. He is the one who illuminates the path to spiritual knowledge, guiding humanity to see beyond the obvious and seek the deeper truths of God. Then, in the story of the flood, Uriel appeared as the messenger of God's justice, warning Noah about the impending judgment. He showed that even amid chaos and destruction, there is always a chance for redemption for those who follow God's ways. Uriel doesn't just bring the warning, but also the plan for salvation. As the angel of justice, Uriel is the guardian who ensures divine balance. He is the defender of order and the one charged with ensuring that every human action has its due consequence. His presence reminds us that God not only observes, but intervenes to correct evil and bring light where darkness has settled. He also teaches us that divine justice is balanced with mercy. Finally, in the end times, Uriel plays a crucial role in bringing the final revelations and guiding humanity through judgment. He illuminates the deepest truths, weighs souls, and purifies the world, preparing it for God's new kingdom. Uriel, with his purifying light, reminds us that despite the tribulations to come, God's justice and plan will prevail. Uriel teaches us throughout all these lessons that the light of God is always present, revealing, judging, and restoring. He is the symbol of the quest for knowledge, the bearer of relentless justice, and the guide on the path to redemption. His role, both in Scripture and in the end times, invites us to live with wisdom, justice, and faith, always trusting in God's perfect plan. Thus, Uriel's story challenges us to seek truth, to live according to God's justice, and to be prepared for the revelations he still has to show us. May we follow the light that Uriel offers us, knowing that in the end, the light of God will illuminate all things.